What's up, everybody? This is Jay. I'm doing a review on the show Ballers. It's a show about a former football player that's now a financial advisor. It's played by The Rock. His name is Spencer, and Denzel Washington's son is in this show as Ricky Jarrett. It's got a lot of eye candy. It's a good show. Let's get into it. When we check in, they playing basketball in the back of Ricky's house. Ricky is going hard. Got Fat Boy sweating rocks over there, sweating bullets. Next thing you know, everybody's ready to quit. Ricky been going too hard on them, balling. A couple of them is ready to quit, saying he cheating. Everybody is walking off the court, and that's Isaac from Barbershop. And when everybody's walked off, him and Spencer, Ricky and Spencer is talking. Then he's saying, "Hey man, nice house," and he's saying, "Yeah, but I may need to add a nursery. I think I got a baby on the way with this model chick." And so Spencer's saying, "Really? Oh man, how did you pull that off, man? You should have strapped that little soldier up." And he's saying, "Yeah, I try to put a helmet on him, but sometimes I forget. You know how it go." And he's saying, "Nah, I don't. My pullout game's 100." And he's saying, "You sure about that? How you know? If you ain't never had no scare or nothing." And so when he said that, it actually had Spencer thinking, and he's wondering, hey, maybe my gun is shooting blanks. Maybe I need to check and see if there's any lead in the chamber. And so when he was at work, he was looking up infertility and symptoms and things of the such. And then his partner bust in, which had him nervous, and he closed his laptop real quick. And then he's saying, "Hey, you little jumpy, what's going on with you, man? You all right?" And he's saying, "Yeah, man, just a little stressed, but nothing much. What's going on?" And then they shoot the breeze for a second until his secretary gives him the notice. Hey, you got Steph Curry online too. This show has a lot of celebrity guest stars on it. And so he's saying, "Hey, MVP, pick it up." He like, "Yeah, the MVP." And so he picks up the phone, puts it on speaker, and sure enough, it's Steph Curry and his wife. They both walking through a private airport, and he's talking about, "Hey, what's up, Spence? Let's meet up, do business or whatever." And his beautiful wife is there on the side, and she tries to tease him a little, and they saying, "Hey, why don't you come hop on the private jet with us and go down to the Bahamas or whatever the case they were going and hang out." And he's saying, "Well, at the moment I don't have nobody to go with me and things of that matter." And she says, "Well, I saw you at such and such restaurant. You could pull it off." And he kind of jokes a little bit, and Steph Curry, they kind of poke jabs at him real quick, and he's saying, "Hey, we can talk about my Slice digital media company. We can do business as well." And so he said he's gonna try to make it happen as best he can, while Joe is sitting there on the side saying, "Take him." And then Steph Curry jokes with his wife, "You thought this was business? I'm about to get you in the Mile High Club, girl." And then she kind of give him a little hit, but in the end, she happy to join that club, without a doubt. Back at the office, Spence and his partner, they talking. They got to go meet with the boss and the owner of the company. Although Spencer became a partner in the company, he still has to report to the boss. The boss is sitting there with his feet kicked up, saying, "Hey man, next time you knock, wait till I say you can enter." And he's saying, "Hey man, chill out, whatever." Anyway, what's going on? He telling him he got a meeting with this casino realtor, and he ain't got time to meet with Steph Curry. And Spencer saying, "Hey man, I need you to help me close the deal with Steph Curry." He say, "Man, this casino dude is like 5 Steph Currys, so I don't know, man. Anyway, maybe I help you with Steph Curry, but you need to help me with the casino guy. Make sure you get Steph Curry to come with talk with the casino guy." So Spence say, "All right, I see what I can do." So they bothly trying to go tit for tat, help each other out, close each other's deal. We see this guy, Charles. He's a former player. He played with the Miami Dolphins. Now he work in the front office. He run into an ex-former front office exec, and he got fired. So he kind of caught off guard with that. We see we see Vernon and Ricky, and they talking. That's Vernon getting out the pool, and that's Reggie. He's like his little friend or whatever, and Vernon got his titties hanging out. He need to cover them boys up with the quickness to get him a bra. That's what that was in that box. Hopefully, it was a big ass bra. But actually, he had a little endorsement deal with a sweatshirt company called High Powered. And yeah, he's trying to cover up them tits ahoy. And in the meantime, he pulls out the sweatshirt. He likes the sweatshirts and things, and Reggie is happy because he actually trying to feel like he's valuable. But it's with a big weed company with a weed leaf, and Vernon plays for the Dallas Cowboys in the show. So he's like, man, this is a little in your face, man. Maybe we should talk with Spencer first. And then Reggie gets mad, saying, hey, man, you know Spencer, Dr. No, all he gonna do is shut it down. You know, we should go ahead and do this. We'll make money or whatever. And so, you know, his titties kind of got pointing downwards as if they were sad. And he said, hey, man, get your titties up, man. We'll make it work. Just come on. We can do this. And so he kind of falls for it. And then that's his friend, Big Nate. All he do is Sir Smoke a lot. Meanwhile, we see Ricky in the nice ass Ferrari going to see about the girl he may have pregnant. He banging on the window, looking on the door to try to see if she's pregnant or not. She ain't been answering the phone. That's Denzel's son. When she answers the door, now we all see how he got her pregnant, possibly because she is beautiful as can be. She's saying, what are you banging on the door for? What's your problem? And he's saying, hey, man, you ain't answering the phone. I'm trying to find out, are you pregnant or not? And she's saying, so all you worried about is whether you going to be a daddy or not. You ain't worried about me or whatever the case. And he's saying, no, that ain't the case. I would be worried. You know, I care about you. And she's saying, well, no, I'm not pregnant. But thanks, you know, for caring or whatever the case. And she was saying, you know, um, you ain't my choice of being the baby daddy anyway. And he's saying, what? Come on now, you beautiful. I care about you and whatever the case. And she's saying, oh yeah, really? And the next thing you know, they are all over each other again, which I guess, you know, it's kind of hard to resist her in a way. And she probably feel the same with him. That's Spencer's doctor. Last season, he had to have a hip surgery, and he's got even the doctor. Even though she's older, she's a beautiful woman as well. And he's talking to her about the surgery, and then he's kind of shy, but he mentions to her about fertility issues, and she said, "Hey, you know, you're lucky because." Right down the hall, we got a fertility expert. I can get you an appointment, get you in there right away. You can get checked out. We cut to Joe, and he's talking to Terrell Suggs, who is an actual football player for the Baltimore Ravens, pretty good football player, and he's talking to him about downsizing. He got 3 houses and too much money spent. He's saying save money, downsize now, and Suggs ain't trying to hear it. We see the GM for the Miami Dolphins, and that's where Charles now works in the front office, and he works for him, and he's saying, hey, I saw that guy, he got fired. What's going on? Something I need to know about? He said, yeah, all our jobs is on the line. Yeah, he got fired. And I need you to talk to the press and make sure you do a good job, or else we'll all be fired. And so he kind of realizing, hey, this ain't no joke working in the front office. The Rock is on his way to talk to the fertility, and he gets the call from his secretary that Steph Curry canceled, which pisses him off, and he bangs on the wall and puts a hole in the wall. He goes in there. He need to be putting a hole in some girl, but anyway, he goes into the fertility clinic, and he finds out. He talks to the lady, and he's trying to be discreet and quiet, and she like, oh yeah, hi, all loud with his name, talking about when the last time you ejaculated. He's like, damn, come on now. Hey, all these men in the room, he all embarrassed. And then he gets a phone call from the boss, Anderson, and he found out Steph Curry just canceled. So he's saying, hey, what's up with Steph Curry? You need to make this deal work. If you find somebody for the casino guy for me to close the deal, then I'm going to help you, and I'll pay off the loan that you borrowed to help you buy the portion of the company to become my partner. So that was pretty much all expense needed to try to stress to get that done. We see Vernon at some fashion store signing autographs for a bunch of fans and people in line. And then these 2 kids walk up, want him to sign a pair of Jordans, but then they hit him with sign the bottom because we don't want to ruin the value. I like you, but you still a scrub. And he kind of laughing. They didn't call him a scrub though, but that's how they kind of put it. And he signs it, and then they ask him, what's up with that sweatshirt? I like it. These little dudes want that sweatshirt with this dude with a kid and play box. Then he asked him, well, these before he could tell them where they got the sweatshirt, this lady say, "Hey, we don't sell them here, and we never will." And they like, "Well, you should." And when they walk away, he took it off, and good thing the titties didn't pop out, and he threw the shirt to him. They might have got a little lap dance or something with them titties. And so then we see Charles at the press conference with Miami Dolphins, and they had reporters asking him questions, and he ain't never talked to them before. He's stuttering and don't know what to say and looking lost. And Larry Zonka, he's actually a Hall of Fame former player, and he comes and saves the day. He play assistant coach. We see Ricky in the bed after he done knock boots with his girl, and she's saying, "Hey, I'm glad you happy and everything, but I do want to tell you, actually, I am pregnant. I just didn't want to argue with you earlier." And he's like, "What? I thought you wasn't pregnant. What's up with that?" And she like, "Well, hey, I thought you cared about me." And he like, "I do." And so he hug her, but in the back of her head, he's looking like, "Oh my God, I'm in love with a stripper." And so the meeting takes place, and the casino guy is actually Mahoney from Police Academy. He looks different and older now. That's Mahoney. And they having the meeting, and then this lady gets up and tells everybody to go around the table and say what they thankful for. That was the boss wife. Joe said something silly about he glad to live in a country where you're innocent until proven guilty. This lady get up talking about, "I want peace of world." They like, "Don't you mean world peace?" She like, "No, I want peace of world." Then Spence get up and he talks about some rags to riches story of how he made it thanks to football. And then Mahoney gets up, and his name is Wayne in the show, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm thankful for people like you. You America's success story." Later they shooting the breeze on the balcony, and he's saying, "Hey man, I like you, Spence. Maybe we can work together someday." And he's saying, "Hey, what about bringing the team to Vegas?" He said, "Hey, I like that. I like that a lot." And then that's pretty much the end of that episode. This is a short show. It's only a 30-minute show, but it's a pretty good show. Got a lot of stuff going on. So thanks for watching. Comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.